All right, what's up, everyone? We are live again. Want to jump on here, end the week or end the actual week strong. I guess Saturday is technically the last day of the week, but end our Friday strong, heading into the weekend. Hopefully, this first week in January has treated you well. If you are one of those people who, again, last I think Wednesday we were on one and talked about New Year's resolutions a little bit, and if you are one of those people who jumped in on the New Year's resolution, wanted to get healthier, wanted to lose some weight, eat better, sleep more, run faster, jump higher, lift more weight, just feel better. Awesome. Keep going. Don't give in. Even if you signed up for a 30-day challenge or something like that, it's not a 30-day challenge. It is a 30-year challenge. It is a 60-year, however long left you have to live. That is the challenge that you have. It's the rest of your life. Fitness, nutrition, health, that is all something that you need to be doing and prioritizing for the rest of your life if you want to unleash greatness in your life, be the best version of yourself, and be able to enjoy life and do the things you love without pain, with energy, without worrying about getting hurt and all this stuff. But when it comes to like jumping on the quote unquote New Year's resolutions, new year, new me, whatever it is, all these kind of dumb slogans and stuff. But if that gets you going, great. Like I said, keep going. Don't just stop. Yes, we run into ups, downs, bumps, obstacles, challenges along the way. That is just part of the journey. And like I say, it is a journey. It is a long, long road. It is your life. It's not a quick fix. There's nothing like that that's going to fix anything, really. Those just don't work. But it's a lot of times when people are jumping in, they're gung-ho. It's January 1st. I'm going to go to the gym and just go crazy. And that can be a wrong way to go about it. You join the gym or you start a new diet, and you don't need a diet. You just need proper nutrition principles and ways and we'll talk about that in another one. But whatever it is, you just go all in and just consume everything. I don't mean consume as in eat. I mean just take in. You join the gym. You start a new diet. You start a new routine. At whatever it is, you're just doing all this stuff. And when it comes to training, especially, you get this new program. You go to the gym. You're going to do this brand new program, but this program is just tons and tons of volume. You're doing 4 sets of 10 on squats. You're doing 4 sets of 10 on deadlifts. You're doing 5 sets of 8 on bench press. You are doing too much too soon. And you might be thinking, what? Why is this a problem? I need to start. I just need to get in there. And yes, you do need to start. That's the big thing. Take action. Be impatient to take action. Be urgent to take action, but be patient in the process. If you just jump in and go balls to the wall right away and do everything too much too soon, you are going to end up injured. And yeah, we can't prevent injury. You got all these coaches, these trainers promoting, oh yeah, injury prevention. Yeah, it's a bunch of BS. You can't prevent injuries. Yes, you can prepare your body, build stronger muscles, bigger muscles, better tendons, better joint health, all this stuff. Stronger bones through lifting weights, denser bones, that type of stuff, better heart health. But there's always a chance to get injured. You could walk outside, slip on the ice, get hit by a car, trip going down the stairs, whatever it is. You could get injured easily. You can't prevent that. That's life. That things happen. Unless you're a bubble boy, you can live in a bubble and not do anything, or just sit in your bed all day and never move. You probably won't get injured until the house collapses and falls on you or whatever. But injury prevention is not a real thing. Yes, we can mitigate and minimize like soft tissue injuries and stuff like that. But a lot of this happens when people jump in and go too much too soon. You're doing too much training, or you want to start out. I remember I've talked to so many people and they say, "Oh yeah, I want to just start working out 7 days a week." Well, how much have you been training in the last 5 years? Oh, I haven't done anything. Well, let's start a little slower. Let's build first. Let's start with maybe 2 or 3 times a week strength training at lower volume. Work our way up. Progress weekly. Get better at the movements. Get gradually increase the volume. Gradually increase the amount of protein we're eating. Gradually increase the depth on our squat. Whatever it is, it's not just going all out. It's meeting you where you're at. And if you're doing this by yourself, you need to take a real look and look at yourself and figure out where you're at and be real with yourself. Don't tell yourself, "Oh, oh yeah, when I was in high school, I was training all the time," but now you're 40 years old and you haven't trained in 30 years, 20 years, whatever it is. You got to be realistic, and it's about being realistic with yourself and starting and progressing yourself. And that's where working with a coach really or a good coach anyway. Some coaches might just throw you in and have some German volume training, have you doing 10 by 10 right out the gate, or training hard, balls to the wall 7 days a week. And that's just stupid. It's building. So this with tag, we work on habits. I meet you where you're at. Maybe you haven't trained in 10 years. Maybe you have done a little on and off. Maybe you are still going strong. You just run into some things, and I'll meet you where you're at, and we help get you to where you want to be and teach you the habits and behaviors along the way to make your journey easier, to make it part of your lifestyle where it is you're not having to come up with these fake motivation to get you going and worry about that. It's just part of your life. You get up, go through your day, you do your training, you eat well, you sleep well, and it's just another part of your life. It's that unconscious thought where it's just routine, it's behavior. But again, doing too much too soon with the training, especially even with nutrition, it can be more detrimental. If you're doing too much, you come in and you're just going balls to the wall every day. After the first day, you do, I don't know, 10 sets of squats, and you haven't squatted in 5 years, your quads are going to be screaming. You're going to be sore. You're probably not going to be able to walk up or down the stairs in the next days. And then it's going to take you 2 weeks to recover. Whereas if you start, maybe you're doing 2 sets this first session, and the week after, you up it to 3. You do 2 sets of 8 the first session. Then the next week, you do 3 sets of 8. Then 3 sets of 10. And you gradually introduce more as the body is ready, is prepared, is more accustomed to take on a little bit more load, those types of things. That's how you do it. You don't just throw everything at you, because then you're sore. You have to accumulate the load when it comes to training. When it comes to nutrition, you have to build on the habits. Most people don't just go right into counting macros, counting calories, the numbers and all that stuff. It might be just starting out with eating more protein. Eat a palm-sized portion of protein with each meal. Add a piece of fruit with 2 meals a day. Something small, and then you build and build and build and stack those small wins to ultimately get you to where you want to be, again, to where those become habits, to those become behaviors, and you're not thinking about it, you're not worrying about it. It's just in the back of your mind. Boom, you do that. Oh, it's this time of day, I go work out. Oh, it's lunchtime, I have my protein. Whatever it is, it's got to be small, added on, and progress with where you're at, and go with how you're going, how you progress. We're all going to progress at different rates too. So some person might be able to add more and add more, but it's one of these people just jump into training, they're so pumped, ready to go. Yeah, New Year's, new me, I'm gonna go all out. And then a week into it, they can't move, their body is just sore, and they just spend the next day all in bed or sitting on the couch, and then they don't want to do it ever again because they're so sore. They And that's not what we want. We want this to be a long-term health journey. So you need to take it in stride. You need to figure out and be realistic where you are and progress it that way. And if you really struggle with that, that's where you get a coach. That's where you work with someone like me, who I will help you progress again, meet you where you're at and get you where you want to be. Adding things as needed, not just adding them to do more, because more does not equal better. I tell this to the girls I work with in volleyball, um, and they want me to do conditioning, and we don't do conditioning. We sprint. We do games. That's our conditioning, because they got so much other stuff going on. More is not better. Better is better. Quality over quantity. And this goes for pretty much everything in life. In I was just talking with someone who was in for a meeting today, and she was like, "Yeah, it's just 18 minutes." She brought up the thing, 18 minutes of something a day, stacked up over years, or days and weeks and months. That's a ton of time over a year. Become very knowledgeable in that subject or that thing, or if that's exercise, if you're doing 18, 20 minutes a day, that's better than most people. And whereas a lot of people want to go in, they go. It doesn't just have to be volume. It could be like that time thing. So like 2 hours. You think you have to go in and do 2 hours of training each day. That's not going to do you much. A lot of times that you're just wasting time anyway. So again, it's about doing things, smaller things, and gradually adding, building on to ultimately up. If it's training to up your volume, you don't just jump into a ton of volume, lifting a ton. Whereas you might not just jump in and you're not going to jump in and squat 300 pounds if you've never squatted before. You got to build your way up to that. You're going to maybe start mastering some body weight, maybe a kettle or a goblet squat with a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Master the form, and then the maxes come. It's going to make it a lot easier if you just work on the small things first and build from there. It's not just jumping in and, oh, I'm going to do 10 by 10 on this, 10 by 10 on that. And by that first week, your legs feel like jello. You fall going up the stairs, you fall going down the stairs, and it's just a recipe for disaster, just doing too much too soon. So the main thing is just build on it. You can take this philosophy and not just training, not just nutrition, not just your health, but into your life. If you're working on a business or you're in school, if you're studying for a test, you're probably not going to just do everything. Or if you're learning something new, a new skill, you're not just going to go to the end. You go to the end result, figure what the end result is, and work backwards and find those small behaviors, those habits that you can gradually introduce and work at and get those down before you add another one. So you're not going to do everything at once, because that just becomes overwhelming, consuming, and a lot of times that just leads to you giving up, throwing in the towel, quitting, especially when it comes to these New Year's resolutions. So again, just don't do too much too soon. It's If you're working by yourself, be realistic. Set realistic goals, work backwards from those goals, and in develop the behaviors, the habits. But don't try and add 10 new behaviors or habits at once. Work on one at a time. Once those become ingrained, another one. And again, it's the habits. Same with training. You're gung ho right now. It's a weekend to New Year's. Hopefully you're still gung ho. Maybe you're not. Maybe you are doing what I talking about, and you went to the gym. You went all balls to the wall that first day, and you couldn't walk for 3 days. And that's gonna happen, because especially if you haven't trained for 5 years or done anything in 5 years or whatever it is, you're gonna be sore. And it's not about chasing the soreness. It's about your workout should have you feeling better, and then you gradually do more and do better, add more weight, do a little bit more, a few more reps, another set here and there. But again, you're not always just going to be adding more. Again, more is not better. Better is better. Better quality. And a lot of times, less volume when it comes to your training is going to be better. But again, don't throw, you're not going to throw a bunch of crap at the wall and or throw a bunch of crap into yourself and hope it all works, because if you do too much too soon, it's usually a recipe for disaster, like I said. And then you're not going to know what's working, what's not working, and you're just going to be so overwhelmed physically, mentally, emotionally, and you're just going to be, screw it, I'm done. And that's not what we want. So the main point here, guys, is especially with these New Year's resolutions, or if you're just jumping into training or you're planning on it in the next few weeks or months or whatever, start where you're at. Take it slow, find what works for you, build on that, and ultimately build a plan, a program that adapts to you, that can change, and that ultimately helps get you to where you want to be. Because that is the main thing. We all should be striving to be great. We should all be striving to be our healthiest and best selves. We should all be striving to be athletes for life, moving better, moving like a human being, not like a box refrigerator, like a robot. We should be striving to eat better, sleep better, and just live better so we can enjoy life while we're here and live our best lives. Because, I mean, we're in my meeting today, we're talking about what good is people wanting to retire if you can't do anything when you're retired. So, you got to be able to do these things, and that's what training, exercise, nutrition, sleep, managing your stress, all that stuff, mindset work, all that stuff works at. But with anything, really, just don't do too much too soon. Build, add on. It's like a Lego set. You're not gonna be done. You gotta build it piece by piece. Same with your training. Same with your life. Do it piece by piece. Do it slowly. Don't add everything right at once, because that's just a recipe for disaster. If you guys have any questions on this, feel free to comment below this. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you struggle with any of this, I'd love to hear any feedback on that. But other than that, you guys have a wonderful day. We will talk to you soon, and we'll see you soon, I guess. Unleash greatness, be an athlete for life. Trevor out.